It's 16 of the most talented high school volleyball teams nationwide come together, vying for the crown of the 2023 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational Tournament. It's like a Gajero and California Academy going up against, of course, Slavy Lopez of FEU. As you can see, our matches for today, we've had the first 3 matches earlier, natapos po yan in 3 straight sets. At ngayon naman, mag-uumpisa tayo on our 4th game. At 2 of the toughest teams that we have on our tournament, it's California Academy and Far Eastern University Diliman ang magtatapat. Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome to the 4th game of today. Sheila Salaysay alongside Richie Rivera giving you today's games. Richie, what can we expect from these 2 teams ngayong hapon?
Well, we can expect that these 2 teams will not give the other a stroll in the park victory. Both teams are undefeated, and this match will determine which team will suffer their first loss.
Definitely, ito nga ay hindi unang pagtatapat ng FEU at California. They played against each other in the previous tournaments. But now, let's take a look at our group standings. This is Shakey's pre-huddle of the game. This is Pool B at nanguna pa din dito ang Bacolod Taitung. Then for the other pools, Pool C, you have FEU on top, followed by Arellano University, and then California, and then last is St. Clair.
Well, actually, St. Clair has already ended their run when they lost against Arellano University. But for today's match, we have FEU and California University who are both undefeated. So let's see who will gain their first loss of the season.
That's correct. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin ang nangyari in the previous game of California Academy. And they finished defeated St. Clair in straight sets.
Well, that was their first game. It was a strong introduction with a clear display of volleyball excellence, dominating in numbers and performance against St. Clair.
Nanguna nga dyan itong si Laika Gajero, and she had 14 points. On the other side, the previous game of FEU-Diliman, nanalo din sila over Arellano in 3 sets.
Well, FEU played like Diesel in their match against Arellano University, losing the first set but quickly bounced back in the second set and dominated the third. All thanks to Lovely Lopez, who took control of the Baby Tamaraws to win a convincing game, totaling at 22 big points for her squad.
Yes, ang laking ang contribution nitong ni Lovely Lopez. Pero umpisahan na nga natin itong ating laro at ipasa na sa ating floor announcer to begin with the starters.
Starting libero. And their second libero is number 13, Alia Santiago. Our officials for this ball game, match number 16. First referee, John Ivan Escamillas, national referee. Second referee, Paul Henry Framil, national referee. And now for the starting lineup for both teams, starting with the Cal Babies. Team captain, number 12, Chrissy Madriaga. Number 4, Monica Sullivan. Number 5, Jeneline Umayam. Number 6, Maxine Lotivio. Number 7, Jelaika Gajero. Number 9, Cassie Dongalio. And their starting libero is number 10, Shamel Fernandez. Head coach for the Cal Babies is Dr. Obet Vidal. And here's the starting lineup for the FEU Baby Tamaraws. Team Captain number 10, Clarice Loresco. Number 1, Lovely Lopez. Number 2, Rain Alonzo. Number 5, Patricia Arciaga. Number 8, Princess Tumayao. Number 9, Sheila Pascual. And the starting libero is number 14, Karel Suplico. Head coach for the Baby Tamaraos is Rodrigo Del Rosario.
There you have it, our starters for our fourth game. For California Academy, Soliven Umayan, Lotivio, Gajero, Dongalio, Madriaga, and their starting libero, Fernandez. On the other side, suiting up green and gold, it's Lopez, Alonso, Arciaga, Tumayaw, Pascual, Loresco, and Suplico. Ang mag-uumpisang libero for FEU. Coach Obet mentioned kanina, Richie, nagtapat na sila previously in other tournaments as we begin our first set, and this set is brought to you by Shakey's Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. So technically, this is their third or fourth time, yes, going up against each other. And in those games, it was California Academy winning all three.
All three?
Yes, all
Wow.
three in 3 sets. So tingnan natin how this game will go as it's a California again taking on the first blood. So
Do you-
umpisa na ating laro.
Do you think we're going to reach 3 sets for today's match?
Yes, yes. There's a big chance. Error ulit ang FEU. Pupuntos dito ang California.
Now we saw in FEU's previous game that they played like diesel, which means they lost the first set against Arellano University. So it was slightly a slow start for them, which is something they would want to avoid doing with California Academy being very intense in the start of the first set.
Attack error by Soliven. This time gives FEU their second point. And you mentioned, Richie, yung previous game nitong FEU. Second set sila nakabawi against Arellano. But this is going to be a different one as you have a powerhouse team of California.
Well, it was a slow start for FEU in the first set in their previous match, but it took Lovely Lopez a few minutes in the latter parts of the first set where she really became that spark plug for them na medyo nakadikit pa sila ng onte.
22 big points, ang laking deliveries noon para sa kanyang team.
Almost one full set for her.
That's right. No, it seems like California saying there was no touch, but the game goes on. What a dig right there. Excellent rally we're seeing right now as that ended in favor of FEU. But there was, it's Lopez down on the floor. Let's take a look at it. Right there, Arciaga, nadaganan niya si Lopez. A bit of miscommunication, but you like, that the FEU was able to convert that to a point. And Lopez seems to be okay. All smiles once again. We are now tied at 3. Good first ball. Gajero nailing it down.
Doing the exact same attack as the previous play, but this time very effective and gained the point.
You know, Gajero, Madriaga, Dongalio has been playing. They've been playing with Dr. Obet since they were in grade 6, and part of that roster was Nitura. But Nitura now is playing for Adamson. So can you imagine how tough and strong this team is kung nandito pa rin si Nitura.
Actually, when I spoke to Nitura yesterday before her match, she actually mentioned to me that she was part of California Academy and she did have a bit of adjustment that she needed to adjust to the new system of Adamson because it is very different.
That's correct. But we saw that previously, it's still California ang pumupuntos dito sa umpisa ng ating set. One hand dig by the libero of California, but still isn't enough for them to retrieve the ball.
But did you know that California Academy actually was asking to not have a libero?
Why?
It's because I feel like the coach or their system really trained them to perform their basics and master their basics that they didn't want or they didn't need a libero.
Oh, but so far, everyone on the side of California doing well pagdating sa depensa. Earlier, ganun din yung nakikita natin sa FEU. Pero in this last setup by Madriaga, for the opener, too much power in that attack. Good first ball. Nabasa yun ni Madriaga. Down the line hit again. And that will work.
It was a great adjustment from Longalio.
Yes.
Seeing that that set was actually far from the net, she was still able to properly time that ball and hit it with power.
Now imagine, nagsimula sila grade 6 kay Doc Obet. They are now in grade 12. So yung span of playing together, chemistry and fluidity is very obvious as Alonso chipping in, seeing that open spot on the floor of California. California still up by 2. That's, I believe, with the help of the net, that California Academy able to get another point. That's Madriaga going to Dongallo once again. And yes, they are now up here by 3 points. FEU, what adjustment ang dapat nilang gawin dito, Richie?
Well, I think it really starts with their first ball. It seems that they're having difficulty in delivering the first ball to their setter, which can cause them to not have the same place that California Academy is producing right now.
But the same energy, no? Pareho ng energy, pareho ng intensity. That's correct. And you see on our screens our super fans of the day, and this is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. And then let me just again greet lahat ng mga nanay, mothers, mommy, mama. Happy Mother's Day sa inyong lahat, and happy Mother's Day to my mother, Marlene Salaysay. Thank you for your unconditional love. Back on the floor dito po sa San Andres Sports Complex. Service ace ang nakuha agad dito ng California Academy. And this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now.
That's one thing FEU wants to avoid, is that their confidence is being damaged with the momentum California Academy is producing.
That's correct, pero bumawi naman agad si Lovely Lopez. Off the block, no coverage para sa California Academy. Clarice Loresco on deck to serve. Service error. No, they're starting to build momentum, pero because of their errors committed, they are hindered, diba, to get the rhythm that they want to have. Lopez cross court. She was dug. Libero saving that one, and
Sayang hindi umabot. But great effort coming from California Academy. That ball already went to the other side of the court.
and again, that is courtesy of Lovely Lopez. Seven serving 10. Madriaga to Tonggalio. But that is in, according to my linesman.
It actually hit the line perfectly. And if you notice, Dongalio will have the kinds of attacks that are long and powerful. Hindi yung medyo dinidiin niya.
That's correct. Another ace coming from California Academy. And again, that is Dongalio. But this time, that ball will sail out.
We're seeing a bit of a number of service errors here, Sheila.
That's correct. Lovely Lopez, the top scorer for FEU on their game against Arellano. What an angle from Gajero.
Good adjustment also, seeing that her approach was actually stopped and she waited for that ball to reach the height that she wants.
No, yung elevation niya, pagtalo niya, nakikita niya yung top view eh. So, madali for her to see which area niya papupuntahin yung bola.
That's true. And did you know that she was only 5'5"?
5'5",
5'5", but
jumps
leaps.
like one. Another point.
5'5" din yung talon niya.
Yes, doble. As you can see right there. Tough angle. Kanina sa open niya yung ginawa. Ngayon sa opposite naman. But still, the result is the same.
And with elevation as high as hers, I feel like it really is an advantage for her to look first where to bring that ball.
Exactly. Another error is given up here ng FEU. Kaya naman mapapatawag ng timeout dito si Coach Rodrigo Del Rosario. Let's listen in.
Laro tayo. Ang kailangan natin, mag-focus muna tayo sa receive dyan.
Tulong-tulong tayo.
Ha?
Walang mangyayari yung palo mo pag gano'n ipapalo mo. Parang free lang sa kalaban.
Doy, lang kasi. Kukunin nyo lang naman, unahin sa muna sa depensa nyo. Pasahan nyo muna. Mas dahan-dahan lang. Tignan nyo lang yung ano ng bola.
Ayop na yan na rin.
Well, from that timeout, what do you think was from how the FEU girls are performing so far this part of the set? What do you think how this girl what should they do para makahabol dito,
I
Richie?
feel like first of all, they have to compose themselves to get that first ball so that they convert it into points. But first, let's have our
Second technical timeout. It's still California Academy on top, 16-9. Oh. Nagbabalik pa rin po ang Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational Tournament. At sa mga hindi po nakakanood sa venue na live, you can also watch the games on our Facebook pages at My Plus Network and Shakey's Super League and YouTube Channel Plus Network. Also, games are being shown in CNN and Solar Sports and Tap Sports for all you volleyball fans not to miss our exciting games. And after that technical timeout, FEU gets a point. Again, it's 9 serving 16. Still a long way for FEU. Good serve. Perfect block.
And that's why Loresco is the first best middle blocker in the UAAP Juniors edition.
Really reading, the kind of attack na ibibigay dito ng California Academy. That's back-to-back points para sa FEU.
And if you notice, she wasn't positioned. It was just that her reach is very high.
Alonso and Loresco tandem stopping the offense of California Academy. Perfectly timed. No coverage for this girls of Doc Obet. And finally, just, finding that gap, mini gap in between the blockers and the net.
The last 2 points were indeed kill blocks coming from FEU, so that was a great adjustment coming from California Academy.
Right, that's Lotivio hitting from the open. Loresco had something good in mind, but that's just too low to put the ball over.
Very costly errors coming from the FEU baby Tamaraws.
That's correct. Gajero, 18, serving 11. What a save by the setter.
Great set coming from Madriaga.
Another kill right there by Lotivio. Napapatawag ulit ng timeout dito ang FEU. Let's listen in.
Di ba nakagano lang sa net? Tatimingan lang natin yung block na ganun. 1, 2, tatimingan lang natin. Ganun lang kayo ng ganun, walang timing. Ha?
So ngayon, makareceive tayo. Ang atake natin, pagalawin mo dito si Tangkad. Tignan mo muna yung set mo, huwag mo nang mabitawan. Hawakan mo yung muna ang bola bagay set. Kasi wala pa yung bola sa'yo na i-set mo na eh. Diba? Kasi walang timing. Timing ha?
Hey, FEU!
Receive muna, focus mo sa receive.
But discussion or instructions rather of the coaches when it comes to creating plays dahil nga ang lakas nitong frontliners ng California Academy, kailangan nilang gumalaw, and just like that, what a great response.
Pascual finally showing up in today's game. Actually, in their previous game, she wasn't a starter, but early in the first set, she was subbed in, and all throughout the 3 sets that she played wonderfully.
Yun yung gusto ng mga coaches na every time pag hinugot ka nila, handa kang maglaro, whether you are a starting unit or coming off the bench. As FEU gains another point. Serving 19. This is Pascual again. One-handed.
We noticed lower sets coming from California Academy every time they're being fed a free ball.
Good reaction right there from FEU. Umayam, running attack, pero at hindi yan nakuha dito ng libero. And that is Cariel Suplico.
But you see the trust Madriaga really gives her spikers na wala pa yung bola, pumapasok na agad yung attacker niya.
Kasi sobrang tagal nilang magkakasama. Nakita mo na napaka-linis ng galawan nila.
And it seems like they're so familiar on how each player moves inside the court. And to think that they live in a bubble. So I think that's a big advantage that, they get to know each other off and inside the court.
That's true. Baka kindat lang ni Madriaga sa spiker niya. Alam na kung anong play. Ganon sila ka-familiar sa isa't isa. Loresco, again, hitting from the middle.
Aggressive attack coming from Loresco. You see na hindi masyado mataas yung talon ni Loresco, but her reach is so high that she doesn't even need to, power that down because her hand is already giving that much power.
Correct. Ang taas nga ng reach ni Loresco at gayon din naman si Dongalio. Ang haba ng kamay. Kahit mabilis yung set at mababa, kaya nilang adjustan. Look at that.
Yes, that's what we were talking about
Mhm.
before, that Dongalio and Gajero actually have very different approaches and the way of attacking. You see that Gajero is faster, but Dongalio is stronger.
That's correct. Fast and strong, yan din ang nakita natin in that previous attack. Galing naman dito kay Loresco. Again, she's in the middle. And there's only one girl to defend the net against her. A service error from FEU.
FEU's energy seems a bit quiet,
Mhm.
but they are performing. Maybe they need the same intensity they showed in their previous game.
That's correct. Good timing right there. The second time around, Gajero becoming really aggressive. Gandang basa ng libero ng FEU. Ganda ng timing, but there was a touch violation committed dito ng California Academy, and that point will be awarded to FEU.
But let's commend Karil Suplico for that read
Mhm.
of a drop. Parang mas nauna pa siya dun sa bola.
At ang sipag niya, really playing her role as the libero. Toughest shoes to fill as Dongalio again hitting that hard through the blockers of FEU. Villaret checks in, and that time replacing Maxine Lutivio. Lutivio contributed 2 points in this part of the game. Service ace.
Don't you just love the celebration of California Academy, that they go outside of the court and celebrate all together?
Yes. Alam mo yung energy na ini-exert mo just running every time. So paano kung sunod-sunod yung putos nila? Diba?
Maybe it's their way of like warming up to, like staying heated.
That's right. And with that attack error committed by FEU, California Academy capping off the first set 25-17. We'll give you the highlights when we return. And back here, this is the first set highlights. It was a total team effort displayed here by both FEU and California Academy. But, Dongalio leading the way for the girls of Doc Obet to get to their first win of the game.
Hindi din naman bumitaw ang FEU Baby Tamaraws. They still displayed a fighting um, a, a fighting energy, especially when it comes to their blocking. But you know, California Academy just really dominated that set, especially thanks to Dongalio and Gajero and Umayam, and of course the setting of Madriaga.
That's correct. Umpisa, you know, we are actually parang on the same level playing field. But looking at the numbers, Richie,
Yes, California Academy still dominated with 14 attacks in comparison to FEU-Diliman's 10 attack points. But let's see, the factor that really changed it is the aces that California Academy did, and the blocks, of course, from FEU.
yes, we saw that earlier, yung monster block, I have to say, ni Loresco and Alonso against Gajero and Dongalio kanina, diba? And then there was no coverage on the side of California. So that's a really big factor. Kung kaya nilang maging consistent in that department, definitely they will be able to stop the offense of California as we start our second set. And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. This is FEU getting their first point.
And again, we see Pascual showing up in today's game.
That's correct. Kanina first set, it was California Academy who got the first point. But this time, FEU, pero nabawi naman agad yon ng California Academy. And again, that is Dongalio. Becoming really a consistent scorer for Doc Obet. Pero nabati ko as she gave up their first service error. You can see that Arciaga serving for FEU. Good defense in the middle.
Very commendable girl. We have here Loresco.
And Alonso, kanina pa sila dito, bantay na bantay. Itong opensa ng California sa harap.
It's good that her momentum and her net presence still remains the same from the first set, because she was so good at blocking and in spiking as well.
That's correct. And Gajero was able to hit that ball over cross court.
What we noticed with Gajero, hindi siya mapili sa sets.
Yung ganun kakataas tumalon, at syempre nakita mo yung versatility niya, versatility mo as a player. Hindi ka na makakapili talaga kahit kailan mo itaas yung bola, saan man yan.
Very athletic built as well.
Definitely is. And the last time I covered this girl, mahaba pa yung hair niya. Pero she's really good at her age. That was 5-6 years ago. Look at her now. Grabe, isa sa mga aabangan, lalo na sa collegiate level.
Well, they are both highly recruited. Etong si Gajero. Which proves my point.
That's right. She was just on top. Off the block. Gajero pa din. And yes, she is successful from that back row attack.
With a little bit of help coming from that net. Too much for Suplico. Although nabasa niya na si Suplico yung kung saan yung direction ng bola. Off speed, nakuha yan dito. Lutivio, too much muscle in that last attack. It's still FEU-Diliman having a 1-point advantage in the start of our second set. So the first time you saw Gajero play, that was how long ago again?
Grade 6, I
Grade
think.
6?
Yes, 6 or 7.
And how was she playing already before?
Well, ganyan na siya kalakas. But still, yung elevation niya ngayon, mas tumindi, adjustment niya sa bola, basa, tsaka diskarte, it has really improved a lot, showing maturity already. A good timing by Lovely Lopez, but that was just too long.
She has been quiet in the past set. So let's see how she will bounce back from that attack error.
Kargadong serve. Lopez again off the block. It was Dongalio finishing that rally.
More power to this girl. That's something that you won't miss when you see her attack.
That's correct. Hindi nawawalan ng go-to player itong California sa bawat ikot nila. Pag nasa likod si Gajero, nasa harap si Dongalio. So Madriaga really has the luxury, of able to distribute the ball. And with that, it's, of course, California Academy again leading right here. Nung umpisa nung second set, nauna umarangkada dito ang FEU. Pero paano nga ba nag-iba yung pagbabago dito ng points natin, Richie?
Well, I think California Academy will not allow the momentum to transfer to FEU. That's why every time they give a point to FEU, they make sure na makakabawi agad sila.
That's correct. And again, for our fans right here, nakita nyo naman ang ating fun family pizza of the game. And this is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. California number 4. So I guess that's the parents of Sullivan. Yes, supporting. Happy Mother's Day po.
And happy Mother's Day to you, Sheila.
Thank you. Yes, back here. And this is Pool C po ang laro na to. It's FEU on top sa kanilang pool. But if California Academy wins this, they will be tied. So, tingnan natin. As you can see, this play, Lovely Lopez finally found the line. Kanina pa niya ina-attempt makapuntos.
This is the time na umiinit na si Lovely Lopez. And, ever since...
You saw that attack, hammering it down the line. Etong si Dongalio, and you were distracted sa tindi nung hampas na yon from the open. Napanganga na lang tayo pareho dun.
Better reception coming from Suplico. Great
save, yes, by FEU. One more try for California, and she was denied. Excellent defense at the net. Maganda naman talaga yung naging habol ng FEU in that last sequence, and the point was awarded to them. Dalawa na lang ang hinahabol nila dito. Combination play, and Dongalio nailing it again.
breathtaking performance coming from Dongalio. She has been on fire for the past 2 sets.
Wala akong masabi how, the athleticism of these girls. They're still in high school, pero how they display yung kanilang laro, it's definitely parang hindi high school na.
Exactly, and they match up against pro teams and collegiate teams, and they actually won against some of them too.
And that's how effective the program of Doc Obet is, being with these girls for a long time, developing and then honing their skills. Great attack by Lopez, but it was a great dig, and Dongalio able to convert that to a point. We are running out of adjectives to describe how good Dongalio is
And
for this game. Yep.
I only noticed now that some of the California Academy players don't have knee pads.
Yeah. That attack was well, kanina nasabi mo nga ayaw ni Doc Obet na they had the option not to have a libero. Kasi for some players, pag naninipads, mas tumatamad eh.
That's true.
They became lazier.
And dependent on the knee
Yes.
pads that they can just slide and
Right.
everything will be okay.
Kapag wala kang knee pads, mapipilitan ka talagang humakbang to go to the ball.
Actually, that's what we did in high school.
Mhm.
If you knew Coach Vita
Mhm.
of CSA, we would not be allowed to wear knee pads in some games so that we're really forced to run for the ball.
Good first ball by FEU. Pascual. And Gajero this time.
Too strong for those blockers of FEU. You know, sometimes when you know that you have blockers in front of you who are already positioned and ready to block your spike, uutakan mo na lang talaga.
Yes.
That's why Gajero gave it her all so that that ball will check out.
Uutakan niya by hitting the ball harder para maging off the block like what we saw earlier. Kung ganun ka naman kalakas katulad ni Gajero, hindi ka talaga matatakot. If you're Gajero and another point, this time, block point. Si Gajero ulit. Now this is Gajero-Dongallo game for California Academy. Good save, and Lopez. Great effort, but that ball is just too long for them as we head on to our second technical timeout rather. California up here big. Back here inside San Andres Sports Complex. And our faces of the day, and this is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and Mojo's now. Sa mga volleyball fans natin, punta lang kayo dito. You can be our fans of the day, face of the day, and you easily get to enjoy Shakey's. That's Dongallo at the service line. Tumayaw. Miscommunication.
Great presence from Suplicao.
Yes, and that set should be for Pendon in the middle, but that's just too high. Alam ni Dongallo, pagkapalo pa lang niya na napalakas yung kanyang serve.
Well, she is known to have a lot of power.
Yes,
so.
yes. First ball, a misreception, over-received by California. Off speed, and that will work for FEU, courtesy of Alonso. Yes, that's 2 consecutive points earned by FEU.
Amazing setup coming from Madriaga.
But also,
And amazing
Yes.
net presence coming from Gajero and Soliven.
ang ganda din ng bantay kanina doon ni Lovely Lopez sa hampas ng California, but still they were not able to convert that dahil sa ganda ng timing dito sa block ni Gajero. That's, I believe, she did it previously.
Earlier in the first set, it was FEU dominating in blocks. Now, we have been seeing a couple of block points coming from California Academy.
That's correct. Well, the FEU will call for timeout here. Pakinggan natin.
Yung natin dito lang. Ha? Yung receive natin, hindi makaabot doon. Kasi 3 spiker, sayang yung 3 spiker natin eh. Kung hindi yan lang hindi umaabot yung receive natin. So focus muna tayo sa receive para makaabol tayo. No? Malayo pa yan. Hindi natapos yung volleyball hanggang hindi na 20 sa 25 yan. Hindi yan? Okay, Brad.
Direct instructions coming from coach. He instructed his players to really maximize the spikers because they do have 3 attackers in front, especially with Loresco, who was playing really well the first set. They really have to maximize her as well.
Pero hindi yun mangyayari kung wala silang first ball. Yun din ang in-emphasize dito ni Coach. Katulad nun, one good pass, able to convert, and that's Pendon hitting back quick.
And another words coming from Coach. Sabi niya, hindi pa tapos ang laro hanggang mag-25 points yan, which is true.
Yes,
Because if you saw in the previous game, naghabol din sila.
Kaya nga umabot yun ng 3 sets, alright? Miss hit by Gajero, and that's a rare sight for us to see. Coming dito galing kay Gajero. Kumaya is being replaced by Ramos in the middle. They're opting to have a bigger setter, which they can also use as a blocker. Solid hit, but excellent dig right there by Suplico. Uncertainty, yes.
Frustration coming from Suplico. You know, sometimes
Coming from Alonso.
Oh, from Alonso. Sorry. Sometimes it hurts when you know that you gave a perfect pass from a powerful attack, tapos it will be an error point pa.
Oo naman. Ang ganda ng pagkaputo mo doon. Another disconnected line between Ramos and Loresco in that last play. And that will give California Academy another point. And FEU, Coach Rodrigo Del Rosario will burn his last time out.
Sakto naman yung pasok mo lang eh. Hindi pinabibitawan ng bola, pumasok ka na eh. Timing. May receive tayo, di ba? Bakit ikaw, pumalo mo, ginanon mo lang? Paluin mo na malakas. Di ba matalo tayo, basta lumalaban tayo. Di ba? Okay, manot.
Coach pointing out adjustments he wants and expects his players to do. Yun nga, sabi niya, hindi pa nahawakan yung bola, pumapasok ka na. And that comes to show the familiarity of the players inside the court, especially with everyone and not just the starter, because Ramos is not the first setter.
That's correct. Service ace. Puntos para kay Gajero. You know, kanina, we asked Doc Obet why they are still wearing masks. Diba? Sila na lang ata yung team na naka-mask all throughout. And that is because Coach Obet has 2 kids who are not yet vaccinated. Siyempre, they're still young, and they're living, together closely.
Under 5 years old.
So that's why they are wearing masks. Pero ito, error sa side ng California Academy.
And impressive also because they've been in a bubble for around 2.5 years and no one has gotten sick.
Yes.
So it proves to be very effective.
Correct. Cargado yung serve dito. That's too far from Madriaga to get to. That's a service ace from Alonso.
With an 8-point deficit, they still don't want to give confidence to FEU because FEU is known to have a comeback attitude.
Powerful attack by Lovely Lopez. At yun ay napunta kay Gajero, but she was not able to pick that ball.
Perfect form in her approach as well.
That's correct. As Alonso continues to serve for FEU. Off the block. Alonso, Suplico nagtinginan lang and they were not able to pick up that ball. It's California Academy calling for timeout.
Talk to the other girls. Talk to the new girls on the court. Go, 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 go. Finish strong, huh? Two. Let's go, huh? Setter's out, it's you, huh? Just relax, receive the ball. You don't have to toss it up high, just toss. That's it, huh? Somebody's gonna get it.
Calm and relax. Doc Obed giving instructions to his girls. Only needed 2 points.
And I like how he gave time for the girls to compose themselves
Mhm.
and talk to one another instead of him being the one to give the instructions. It gives him a responsibility as
That's
a team.
Well, ngayon medyo nakakalamang sila kaya siguro, he gives that chance to his girls para mag-usap. But FEU gaining 1 point from that last play.
Now that you mention it, a coach that has a similar style would be Coach Jerry.
Yes. Opposite. Nakuha yan dito ni Pascual. It from the back. It's Gajero again. And that's a point from California Academy.
I believe it was a first point for Villaret.
That's correct. They are already at match point. And this is Ebalye.
Note that if FEU loses this match, it will be their first loss.
That's a good pickup, pero Dongalio hesitated, even before she jumped. That's a match point saved for FEU. Callier again with an attempt. Chance ball. Yeah, you'd like giving more chances. And Doc Obed still, clapping even after that error committed by California Academy.
Oh, I believe there was a net touch violation called on Pascual, causing them the match.
Oh, that's why. Okay, and with an error sa side ng FEU, ito ang magbibigay ng 25th point for California. But still, clarification. And yes, there you have it, the official. It's California taking on FEU in straight sets.
A very obvious net touch violation.
Too aggressive ang FEU in that last play. At the California Academy ang nag-benefit dun sa error na yon. 25-17, 25-17 is our score. Magbabalik po kami para sa MVP of the match and highlights. pagtatapat ng FEU and California Academy. It's California Academy winning this time in straight sets. Nakita nyo, it's 25-17 is the score. At eto nga, we have players from California really contributing each and every point. And this player of the match is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos. Now, Richie, bakit ba ito ang napili mong best player?
Well, she shined all throughout the game. Dongalio continuing her wonderful performance where she showcased such power in every hit that she attempted today.
That's correct. At nakita nyo nga sa screens ang numbers ni Cassie Dongalio. Hi, Cassie. Congratulations
Hello po. Thank
on
you.
winning this game. Balita ko, hindi ito yung una nyong pagtatapat ng FEU. Yung mga previous games ninyo, 3 sets kayo laging naglalaban. But what do you think yung naging advantage ninyo sa FEU sa laro na to at natapos nyo yun in straight sets?
I think our advantage po is that we really study them po before this match. So pinag-aralan po namin kung ano yung strength nila. So yung strength nila kailangan namin i-defend and ano yung weakness nila kailangan namin yun kailangan namin kailangan namin yun parang ilaro doon yung butas nila gadon.
In your previous game, si Gahero yung naging MVP of the match. Pero this time, it's you. Paano yung nagiging preparation nyo every time tumatapa kayo sa court?
Our preparation po is really just we do meditation po. We meditate on everything that we need to do sa court. So it starts with mental. And then after ng mental, attitude, and then physical will follow na po. So it's more on mental talaga.
Ayan, ang tagal na kitang na-cover. I think sabi ni Doc Obet, grade 6 ka pa lang naglalaro ka na sa kanya. Tama ba ako? Together with the other teammates. So nakita na namin yung familiarity nyo sa isa't isa. Ito na, ang pagkakataon mong bumate sa lahat ng supporters ninyo at magpasalamat, Cassie.
Happy Mother's Day po to all the mothers out there. And also, shout out po sa family ko sa Cebu, coaches ko sa Cebu, and sa family din po ng teammates ko. Thank you.
Maraming salamat. And dahil ikaw ang ating MVP of the match, you will receive a super card, of course, and gift certificate from Shakey's.
Thank you.
And congratulations once again to our MVP of the match, Cassie Dongalio of California Academy. And now let's take a look again at what happened dito sa ating laro. First set, it was, of course, Gahero and Dongalio teaming up, getting the points para sa California Academy, pero hindi naman nagpahuli si Loresco at Alonso, defending and safeguarding the net against these girls in gold. Kaya naman pagdating ng second set, FEU tried to redeem themselves, and you have Lovely Lopez still working together with Arciaga and Loresco, pero hindi nila kayang mapahinto ang lakas ni Dongalio, leading her team to get another win sa kanilang pool. A lot of things happening in favor of California Academy. It's their teamwork that we really saw, plus the familiarity and chemistry of these girls of Doc Obet. Kaya naman natapos itong laro in straight sets with the same numbers and same scores na nakita ninyo. And with that, looking at the stats of these two teams,
For our game stats, we have an obvious winner of California Academy towering over FEU-Diliman in their attacks, 27 compared to 17 that FEU made. But also, let's have a notable mention for the 13 errors FEU-Diliman performed while only having 10 for California Academy.
that's correct. And with that game, magkakaroon po ng konting pagbabago sa ating Pool C as California Academy already on top spot with 2 wins and no loss. Pero tie pa rin sila dito ng standing ng FEU. If California will win one more game or their last game, definitely sila na ang mangunguna sa Pool C. Kaya naman, for our next game, today we will be having Gracel Christian College Foundation and University of Perpetual Help System Dalta sa ating panglimang laro. Kaya dyan lang kayo, magbabalik pa rin ang 2023 Shakey's Girls Volleyball Invitational Tournament.